You know what it is. Part 2, Volume 10. We kind of like a big deal.
We back, folks.
Man.
You missed us?
Sorry for the wait.
Sorry for the wait. You're going to miss us like them 108 wins that they vacated from Jim Boeheim.
Oh.
What's going on with Syracuse?
Oh.
Jim Boeheim, I thought you was running a great program.
Jimmy, you know you've been there since 1968, man?
Wow.
1968. But he stood in front of the masses.
The masses.
At Syracuse and said, I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we talking about one of the best programs in college basketball, man. History. You know the story. World champ. You know, he got championships.
LaMelo.
And he got a couple championships.
No, he got one.
They only got one.
Syracuse only won
That
one.
was his first one, wasn't it?
He's not UConn.
He's not UConn.
3 chips.
But he is still Jim Boeheim.
Shout out to the UConn women.
And Syracuse has been good for a long time.
They have been good for a long time.
They have a lot of pros.
Yeah, so.
Man, Derek Coleman.
Yeah, Derek Coleman, Ronnie Cycli. Lawrence Morton.
Yeah.
But nah.
You know, Mo from the city.
Oh, from DC?
Yeah, he with the car.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm like Elmo. Shout out to man.
Oh yeah, and guys, if you don't know, this is Real Talk and Sports with Pat and Tay.
Real Talk.
You guys know that already.
And sports. Volume 10.
Yeah, part 2, Sports Edition.
Sports.
Princeton women.
Shout out to the ladies. The Tiger ladies. Lady Tigers. That was about Tiger ladies.
Yeah.
They could be the Tiger ladies too.
Nah,
actually, on the court, they the Tiger ladies.
I thought the Tiger ladies were Tiger Woods' mistresses.
Tigers ladies.
Tigers ladies. See, I'm on a roll tonight.
Tigers ladies. Man,
I'm on a roll tonight.
That's that Virginia, huh?
That's that VA.
That's that Virginia, huh? You know that new clip's supposed to be coming.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see if my man Malice do.
We'll see.
Malice about to pull a Mason Beckler.
You about to come back?
I mean, it can't be a Clips album without Malice.
We'll see. That'd be nice. I'm a Clips fan. Clips is so underrated.
Clips, man. Clips. Yeah.
But you know who? I always compare.
Princeton, man. Princeton Girls, man. 30-0. They're the first mid-major. And probably like 30 or 40 years ago undefeated.
For real?
Yeah.
They're gonna lose.
It's been 5 teams that have done it. 5 mid-majors that have done it. None of them have won a title.
Yeah, because of UConn.
Well, I mean, it could have been because of anybody. Because it's been
so while
years. So but it's been done 5 times. And it's been done. But I mean, we had to give them a shout out because I mean, undefeated seasons are undefeated seasons. Just like those Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, Kentucky's undefeated. You think they're going undefeated?
Kentucky has a chance to run the table. Now, it's turning almost that time, people.
It's almost that time. Time to rip up your brackets.
Madness time.
Time to rip up your brackets.
Almost madness time, people.
Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned to next week. Folks,
next week
for our
it's going to be
NCAA March Madness.
The breakdown. We call that joint the breakdown.
The breakdown. That's a good name.
Let's call that joint the breakdown.
Like
we actually might go back next week. We might have to go back to 3 parts next week. Because I think college basketball next week might need its own section.
It may need its own section.
That's gonna be huge.
Do you know the Thursday that the tournament begins? That's the most unproductive day in America when it comes to work. Nobody's working. And you can watch it on your phone.
Luckily now you can watch it on your phone, so you ain't gotta go nowhere.
Yeah, you haven't got nowhere.
Luckily I'm gonna sit right at my desk and I'm gonna watch it on my phone.
No comment. So yeah.
That's why I be. And I'm still productive. So I mean, hey.
Multitask.
Hey, great at multitask.
Again, you can follow us on the Twitter.
You better follow
All Team Sports.
At All Team Sports.
We got a podcast.
Real Talk and Sports. That Lipson. You think?
I think so.
You think?
I think so. And we got a
Real
YouTube.
Talk and Sports. That Lipson.
Got a YouTube page.
Follow us, man.
We're talking sports.
Subscribe on, man. On that YouTube, man.
We here.
You know what I'm saying?
We not going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere, man.
I hate it. I know you may pull this up to watch like 5 seconds of it.
It's a party, man.
Hey, hi. I hate it.
And you're not invited.
It's okay.
But if you want to come in,
you can subscribe.
You can subscribe.
And you probably listening. You just scared to follow.
That's all right. We know you're watching. It's a lot of people. What's a lot of people watching us right now? And they might not want us to know that they watching us, but they watching us. And we see y'all too.
And we appreciate the love.
And we do. And we want y'all to keep watching
retweets
and keep letting people know
to
come check us out.
Check us out because we're not going nowhere.
I'm telling you, this train is not stopping.
It's express.
I'm telling you, this train is not stopping till we get to where we want to go. So you can either get with it or just watch.
Exactly.
And say what happened to those balls.
So yeah, we got speaking of, we have Alex.
Big Oakfor.
Not Alex. Oakfor for the freshman.
First freshman in the history of not NCAA, I'm sorry, ACC basketball to win the Player of the Year. So, I mean, of course, he's supposed to be the number 1 pick.
What's your first name?
What is his first name? Oakfor. Everybody know. You know Oakfor.
You know Oakfor.
I mean, I'm sorry, we're having a serious
laughs.
Serious laugh.
If you know Okafor's first name, hit us up on it.
Don't hit us up on the Twitter. Because it's gonna come back to one of us before the end of the show, and we're gonna blurt it out. I'm pretty sure. Because right now we're both trying to figure out what his first name is. We're thinking about it. I know I'm thinking about it. But anywho, you know what it is. This is a huge sports weekend. There's a lot of conference tournaments all weekend.
Alex. Where's Alex? Like I said, Alex Oakfor.
Oh, you did say Alex, right?
Alex
he did say Alex.
So Alex Oakfor.
Alex Oakfor, ACC.
I like Duke.
Player of the Year.
I like Duke in Kentucky. That's my final.
Tournament weekend. The big 68 is Sunday, people. You know, 64 plus 4, you know what I'm saying? Them 4 teams got to play for them 2 spots. And usually them 2 spots mean you got to play a number 1 seed. And likely Duke or Kentucky is probably going to be one of those
Virginia
people you're going to have to play.
Villanova.
I don't think the ACC is going to get 2 number 1 seeds.
We'll see.
Because there are a couple teams, man. There are a couple teams that are pretty good.
Duke is kind of undermanned. I mean, they had Suleiman. Suleiman got the miss. He was the first player in Coach K coaching.
Might as well say Duke history.
Duke history.
I mean, Coach
there was
K
no Duke basketball before Coach K.
Coach K is Duke.
So
he's the first player in history though to just get removed from the program. Like removed.
Yeah.
And he's not even a student anymore.
Yeah. So there's a lot to that. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of closed door information that they're not really discussing. You got Chris Jones.
Wait, Chris Jones, man.
He's gone from Louisville.
What's going on with?
Yeah. Sodomy. 2 counts of sexual assault. Come on, folks. You gotta be smart. You're a target.
Gotta be much smarter than what y'all doing right now, gentlemen. I mean, the goal is to go pro, man. So do what you gotta do to get to the league, man. And, you know,
even go to Europe.
Like it's business. So I mean, any league. You don't have to be the NBA. It could be any league. The pros. That's what it's about. Going pro.
Getting paid.
That's what you want to. Getting paid to do what you love to do. Play basketball. So now they fighting the uphill battle, man. Trying to figure it out.
I mean, I don't even know what they're gonna do, but I mean,
good luck to them, man.
Good luck to them.
I don't see nothing bad happen to the young dudes, man. But they gotta make better decisions, man. They gotta be smart, man. They gotta be smart. So, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to this weekend, man. It's gonna be a lot of games on this weekend. You say Duke, Kentucky? That's your championship. I figure they gotta put the whole tournament together. So they'll probably make it so that those two can play each other?
That would be a great game. Great guard play. Kentucky got the big man. I don't know his name, but it'll be a good matchup.
Carly Stein.
Yeah, it'll be a great matchup.
Yeah, Carly Stein.
The Harrison brothers.
Man. They got some. I mean, they got some pros. They got some pros out there, man. And Calipari is Calipari, so this should be interesting. I mean, it's kind of tough to pick against Kentucky because they're undefeated, but depending on that bracket, man, you never know, man. Tournament time, man, you just never know. So, my advice to you is to tune in next week to probably part 3. Either part 2 or part 3.
It's going to call the breakdown.
You'll see it, but it's going to be the NCAA breakdowns, and you can decide who you think
the cipher
going to win the NCAA tournament, because in most cases, there's probably some money on the line. I'm pretty sure that somewhere there's some money on the line next week in the NCAA tournament. So if you want to get some insight, come holler at us and we'll let you know.
Yeah, we're also going to post our bracket on our Twitter page.
Yeah, we'll have both brackets up on the Twitter page.
So y'all can check us out. We're both going to do individual brackets.
Yeah.
We're going to see. The funny thing about it, I'm going to do my bracket on my own. Tay do his bracket on his own. And when we come here in the show, that's going to be the first time we're going to see each other's brackets. And we're going to compare and contrast. So it's going to be a great show.
So,
a great show next week.
Definitely tune in next week, folks, man, for that NCAA tournament breakdown, man, because it's coming at you.
Got big news. As an Arsenal fan, I must say, March 9th was it was actually in the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, Arsenal went ahead and beat Manchester United 2-1. It was Arsenal's first win at Old Trafford in 11 years. Give a shout out to Danny Welbeck, who scored the game-winning goal after being Louis van Gaal is the coach of Manchester United, and he said Danny Welbeck wasn't good enough to play for Manchester United. So they went to Arsenal, and his first game back, he was a boy. Basically, in soccer in England, you become in their academy when you're like 9 years old. Danny Welbeck grew up in the academy, scored a goal against Old Trafford, knocked them out of the quarterfinals. Also, it's been a great week for Arsenal fan as Chelsea lost to PSG in extra time.
An undermanned PSG.
Yeah, 10 men.
10 men.
Eden Hazard scored what was supposed to be the game-winning penalty. However, Thiago Silva, the former Chelsea great, headed in the ball in the back of the net.
Game over.
PSG goes through. So,
game over.
Shout out to PSG. We don't support no Chelsea fans. Speaking of disappointment, Kurt Busch. Who's Kurt Busch?
It's really sad, people. I mean, we talked about Kurt Busch a couple weeks ago in Volume 9, man. And this guy, Kurt Busch, I mean, I'll let you be the judge. I'm going to tell you the story. We're going to tell you the story. And we'll just let you be the judge. I mean, the story sounds so familiar, but seems to be handled so differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really understand the difference between Kurt Busch, Ray McDonald, Greg Hardy, Ray Rice. I mean, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Yeah, he smashed his girlfriend's head in the wall.
So, I mean,
He's back racing.
No, he actually admitted to smashing his girlfriend's head in the wall. And he gets acquitted of all charges? How do you do something like that and get acquitted of all charges? Then, not only do you get acquitted of all charges, you get reinstated by NASCAR. They put you on probation. Really. That is crazy is what it is. Probation? Come on, man. Probation. So you get to return to the track immediately. You missed 3 races, dude.
3 races.
After you admitted to slamming your girl head into the wall. I'm not. Yeah. Am I missing something?
He's back racing. I mean, I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him too much.
Am I missing something, man?
We know. I mean, he's back racing. He's racing. It's NASCAR. We'll get with NASCAR. I mean, it's domestic violence is handled differently, apparently.
Obviously. But obviously, they do things differently in NASCAR.
I think he should have been suspended for at least half of the season. But 3 games.
3 races.
They gave him a waiver, so go figure. Man. Now let's get to something where you can actually hit somebody and actually get away with it. Wait, he did that. A sport where it's actually sanctioned to hit each other. Boxing. A lot of stuff going on in boxing.
Boxing is busy right now, people. I'm telling you, if you are a boxing fan, you are eating it up right now. Because there's a lot going on in the boxing world.
Boxing's back.
Man, boxing might be back. I like that. I like how that sounds.
Boxing is back.
You know, it's no longer just Friday night fights and your occasional HBO or Showtime Saturday night event or Friday night event, man. They doing it big, man. NBC, man.
You seen that with the Adrian Broner fight?
The premier boxing champions, man. Last week, it was a quick recap of last week, man, on PBC, on NBC. PBC had 2 fights, Adrian Broner and John Molina and Keith Thurman and Robert Guerrero. Broner and Thurman got their 2 W's. Broner looked pretty decent. Thurman looked good. He had this big old knot on his head. It was a headbutt though. That headbutt was giant. That drink.
It wasn't Raheem.
Yeah, the
Rahman headbutt.
That drink was
vicious.
That drink was bad, but he looked good though. They both vying for position. In that around that middleweight division. So we'll see what happens, man. They talking about Keith Thurman might be hooking up with Floyd. That looked like somebody that might be an opponent for him. People talking about him, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if he's ready for all that yet. But he looked good. I mean, I'm actually like Keith Thurman, man. He's a great young talent, man. I hope we see a lot from him, in the future. But more from PBC. This coming Friday night. PBC is back on NBC. They ain't playing no games, man. Shout out to Al Heyman.
They want that money.
And Sugar Ray Leonard, the great Sugar Ray.
Is he from Maryland?
Leonard, from Palmer Park, Maryland. You know what it is. Shout out to my folks over in Palmer Park, man. Yeah, man. Friday night, Sean Paula, Amanda Garza, and Josecito Lopez versus old Andre Berto.
Andre
Berto.
What happened to him? He was on a rise.
He was the Haitian sensation.
What happened?
I don't know. He got knocked out.
That's what happens when you get knocked out.
I mean, he got knocked out.
That's what happens when you get knocked out.
Yeah, man. He's messing with Ortiz, man. Ortiz. But that was a hell of a fight, though.
Okay.
That was a hell of a fight. Him and Ortiz, man. That definitely was a hell of a fight. So it's a lot going on, man. It's boxing, man. Saturday night. Let's go to Saturday night. We told you about Friday night. The 2 fights on Friday night. Saturday night, it's a huge light heavyweight championship match, man, on HBO. You got John Pascal going up against big old Kovalev, man. Kovalev, man. He took care of Bernard Hopkins not too long ago.
Oh, man. Yeah, but Bernard looked bad in that fight.
Kovalev beat Bernard pretty bad.
He's a pretty decent fighter.
He beat him pretty bad. So,
I'm actually gonna watch that fight.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Kovalev impressed me against Hopkins.
Him and Pascal should be a good one. That should be a good one, man. I'll be tuned in. That's free.
Okay.
That's free, man. That's free. Today was a big day, too.
And Manny.
You know what it is. It's coming, people.
And I'll be there.
May 2nd,
MGM.
It's coming.
Can't wait.
Really
Vegas.
Soon.
Vegas,
coming.
baby.
It's coming.
Can't wait.
It is coming. Real Talking Smoke's going to be in Vegas, just at different times.
Yeah.
I'll be there in April. He'll be there in May.
So, yeah.
But, man, May 2nd, I'm telling you, I'm not even. I
Big 3L.
I hope y'all have a good time, man.
The big 3L.
I hope y'all have a good time.
I'm
telling you, I am turning 30, man. Shout out to them 30s, man.
Bop, 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 bop.
So, man, May 2nd, I'm telling you, it's gonna be an event. You know, they call it the fight that you don't want to miss. This is the event you don't want to miss. This is about to be huge, man. For all you betting people, I mean, if you're betting, you might just want to put your money on Pacquiao because you're really not going to win anything if you put your money on Floyd. Even if you want Floyd to win, just put a couple dollars on Pacquiao, $100, $200. You might come off with a couple stacks, but you got to do it now because you can't wait. Because if you wait, then the odds are going to change, and if the odds change, then you're going to be short. You don't want it to be 2-1. I mean, you can double your money, but you got to put a lot down to get more back. You know, yeah, but if you do it now, you might. Hey, I mean, you never know, man. Pacquiao might, you know, safari punch him.
It takes one hit.
That's it, man. He might safari punch him, you know. Floyd, you know, he's 38. You know, safari punch might, you know, might do the trick. But yeah, man, their press conference though. They had their press conference today. I believe it was in Hollywood. If I'm not mistaken. Out in Cali. You know, for their big May 2nd event, man, and they both look. They both look humble, man.
They look ready.
Experience, man. They look ready,
yeah,
man.
They look ready.
I think this is going to be a good one, man. I really do, man. I think this is going to be a good one, man. Probably the greatest fight of this century, man.
Yeah.
Of this century.
Not century.
Not last century, people.
Not Thriller in Manila.
This century.
Century.
This century, not last century.
Yeah. Is Laila Ali making a comeback?
So, I'm sure all my socialites out there have been hearing about, you know, Laila Ali and Ronda Rousey. So, Laila comes out and, you know, well, let's talk about Ronda Rousey for a second. So, 2 weeks ago, of course, we told you about Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey,
she won in 12 seconds.
Last weekend, she actually came, she won, 2 weekends ago, I'm sorry. She beat the young lady in like 12 seconds. I mean, it wasn't even close. The girl came out, ran at her. She grabbed her, armbarred her, and then threw Ronda down. And once she threw Ronda down, Ronda reached around and grabbed her, and then the arm got caught. And then when she had on the armbar, she wrenched back on it and she tapped out. And Ronda's a beast. But Laila says she don't want to see me in the ring. That's what Laila said.
She's around.
But Ronda responded. Ronda said, I'm around. So, I don't know. You know, we might get to see a round of boxing from Ronda Rousey and Laila Ali.
I'll pay to watch that.
I pay to watch that too. That might be pretty good.
Baby,
those are two women that actually can fight.
And don't look bad doing it. So definitely. I'll be tuning in.
Laila and Ronda.
I'll be getting familiar, subscribing, following, and listening to that fight.
And we can't end our boxing segment without talking about the greatest selfie of all time. Mr. Muhammad Ali, people, is still kicking. He's back home, you know what I'm saying? He posted a selfie. Mike Tyson actually had it on his page, you know, on our Twitter page. I posted it, but I got it from Mike Tyson's page. It's on his website. Mike be on there tripping, man. You gotta go check out
his website. Okay.
Mike be on there tripping, but
you need to get Mike on the show one day.
Man, that would be awesome. We can get Mike on the show. That would be great because Mike is the man. But Muhammad is doing okay, man. It's you know, good to see Muhammad still doing well, man. And you know, shout out to the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT. You know, greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. So baseball. Back. Spring
is back. Here. The Cactus League and the Grateful League.
It's spring, people.
Yeah.
You know what it is, man. Spring.
Shout out to Braves Nation.
A lot of baseball, man. You know what it is. Natitude. You know what it is. I'm repping. You know. See them caps.
Lots going on, man.
I'm saying Natitude.
A-Rod went yard.
A-Rod goes yard earlier today in spring ball. So A-Rod looks like he might be trying to get back. The funny part is about A-Rod is A-Rod without the PEDs
was a great player.
Was a great athlete. So what happens if A-Rod finds a little motivation this year?
We'll see.
Could the Yankees be a sleeper? I mean, if A-Rod is designated hitting, so he's not doing a lot of work, right? So if he's DHing, he's coming out and he's hitting the bat. If he put up 30, 35 home runs, the Yankees might be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, he got to see what he want to do. You know, I mean,
hopefully he's not juicing.
I don't think he's juicing.
I hope you start out on that juice.
We got Yu Darvish out possibly for the entire season.
The other juice.
We got Cliff Lee. These pitchers are getting hurt, so we'll see what's going to happen with them.
Pitchers getting hurt, man. What's up,
Josh Hamilton?
Your boy Josh Hamilton
got in an argument with his wife and decided to go to the strip club and take some cocaine. I mean,
man, my man off the cocoa. He drinking. He just had the old binge. Like, just, man. Just the relapse, though. Like, off of the meltdown off of one conversation.
Yeah. Prayers for you, Josh. That's tough, he came a long way. But
man, Josh, that's tough, man. It's tough to see you in that situation like that, man. Because we know what happened before, you know, and you came back, you know, better than ever, man. But, we don't like to see, you know, like the top, especially with the top athletes, man. We don't like to see these dudes, man.
I don't like to see a human being
going through this stuff. Yeah, just not even like you say. That's a great point. Not even athletes, man. Just people. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all people, no matter what your status is. You know what I'm saying? Whether you know, the bottom of the tone pole or top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? We all people at the end of the day. So, you know, you don't want to see stuff like that, man. Man had a meltdown.
He had a meltdown. So
that's tough.
And then we got Denard Spin out for 4 to 6 weeks.
The attitude, man. How you coming to the season with a lingering injury, man? You could have got surgery, man, in the off season and been ready for spring. But I know you had other little situations going on. You had the sports hernia situation and all that. So, you know, I understand. But, man, you got to take care of yourself, man. We need you out there this year. You know, we about to make our run. You know we about to make our run. You know, that attitude is about to make that run. This might be the year of the attitude.
We'll see about that.
I'm just saying, this might be the year of the attitude.
We'll see about
that. Better
that.
get with it.
So now we got to go ahead and talk about Mr. Russell Westbrook.
Man.
Mr. Russell Westbrook he's an MVP, 6 triple doubles.
Big up.
6 out of 7.
To the homie.
Triple doubles.
At Russ 44.
Average 30, 11, and 9 in 1 month. That's my MVP for the year.
There's only been one man to ever do that in NBA history, and his name is Oscar Robertson. There's only been one man to record 6 triple doubles in a row. His name is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And in 1 month, Russell Westbrook did both of those things.
Yeah, Russell crazy.
So the MVP race, man, is heating up in the NBA, man. Because right now you got the Beard, you got Steph, you got, man, Anthony Davis dropping 48 the other night, man.
It's not even close.
Bron, can't forget about the King. But this, man, it's going to be tough not to be able to get that joint to Russell Westbrook, man. Him with James Harden, man, they might be co-MVPs,
They need to trade KD.
Man.
KD need to get traded.
No.
Yeah, KD need to get traded.
They would never win without KD.
No, they can win without KD.
They would never win without KD.
They can win without KD.
It's not happening.
Why?
It's not happening.
KD's a great player, but I would trade KD because he's going to leave. He's going.
What you gonna get back for him?
I mean, I would have to get back 2 premier players.
I was about to say,
2 premier players.
But that don't even make.
It gotta be. It would have to be. It would have to be a 3-way trade.
That's not gonna happen though. There's no. What team can make a trade like that? No team.
Yeah.
No team. So that's not gonna happen.
I think they're either better with KD and not Westbrook, or Westbrook without KD.
No.
Because they don't understand each other's role.
They do. I think they do. This is the first year.
I don't.
I would have to disagree with you on this one, brother. I think KD and Russ work. They're going to do some work together, man. I do still believe in KD and Russ.
Nah, they don't.
They just need a third person.
They don't complement each other like.
They need a third person.
They don't complement each other like Jordan to Pippen. Like I know LeBron and D Wade. Chris Bosh.
They need a third person.
But they don't understand who's gonna. You know who's gonna take the game-winning shot with Jordan and Pippen. you know who's gonna take the game-winning shot with the LeBron and D Wade. You don't know.
It changes. You know, it changes sometimes.
You don't know who's going to take. You don't know who's going to take the game-winning shot.
I mean, does it matter? I mean, you got two dudes averaging 30. Does it matter which one of them takes the game-winning shot? It's whoever got the best open shot. That's who takes the game winner.
I think KD's leaving.
KD ain't going.
He'll be the next.
If you go anywhere, KD, man, come home, man.
That's the only place he'll go.
Come home to the city, man. We'll gladly take you. But I really truly believe you're gonna stay in Oklahoma and play with Russ. But
it's heating up for that 8th place spot.
Man,
New Orleans,
the
Oakland,
AC
and the Suns
in the East and the West right now, pretty thick. We talking about one or two games. A lot of teams are tied, so we talking about tiebreakers. But man, in the West, you got New Orleans, OKC, and Phoenix, about 2 games apart. And in the East, you got the Pacers, Hornets, Heat, Celtics.
It's close.
And the Pacers, Hornets, Heat, and Celtics. They all, yeah, it's close. We talking about the game, man. So it's
the Knicks is right there too. Knicks.
They vying. The Knicks are right there. The Knicks are right there.
The bottom for that number one
seed.
And that's what we need.
The Knicks and the Lakers are 2 of the worst teams in the league again.
And we're proud. As a smart Knicks fan will tell you.
How about that?
And
how often does that happen?
And Phil, we trust.
How often does that happen? So we gotta talk about this salary cap increase, man, that's coming in next year, man, for the 16-17 season. They said this is the largest cap jump in history, man. It's gonna be a lot of money thrown around.
Especially
it's gonna be a lot of different looking teams next year, man. There's gonna be a lot of teams that look different, man. I'm gonna have to roll with my man Phil. Phil is gonna make some moves.
You gotta make moves.
Phil gonna make some moves. He gonna get some people to come to New York to play with Melo. I don't know who, but he gonna get some people. I like Rondo and Marc Gasol. What you think about that?
Yeah, I would like that.
Rondo and Marc Gasol to come play with Melo?
I would like that.
Is that an East contender?
Of course.
I think that's an East contender.
And if they get Oakfor?
Some Timmy Hardaway.
If they get Oakfor? I'm not
put him at the 4? Would you put Oakfor at the 4?
At the 4, yeah. If he get Gasol.
Wow. That'd be nice.
Yeah, because Rondo's not staying. You remember Rondo cussing his coach? Rondo's not staying.
Cussed out Rick Carlisle.
He's not staying.
I mean, they had their differences. But they made it up.
But he's not staying.
I don't think he. I don't really think he really cares much
for Rick Carlisle. Nah. Yeah. I thought it was a match made in heaven.
It looked good
on paper.
It looked good, but ended up not working out.
Not good.
Ended up not working out.
So,
man, I guess we.
I know what most of you guys are watching it for.
The NFL. Man,
let's talk about the NFL.
That's a whole lot to talk about.
Talk about the National Football League again.
We still talking about the NFL.
It runs the United States.
It does.
I mean,
I guess we can talk about DeMarco though. The breaking news.
Oh yeah, folks.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco's on his way to Philly.
It's flying to Philly to get him a cheesesteak tomorrow.
They're gonna talk to Sam Bradford and Chip Kelly
and talk to the fighting Chip Ducks.
Oregon Ducks.
The Chip Ducks.
What's wrong with Chip?
Chip got all the Ducks.
Deshaun gone.
Chip got all the Ducks.
Macklin gone.
What's all that Ryan Matthews moved up?
Yeah, Nick Foles gone.
Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
Sam Bradford. So Philly fans,
it's gonna be a long season.
Your quarterback,
Byron Maxwell,
are Sam Bradford
and Mark Sanchez.
Ooh.
Yikes.
And then Chip comes out today and says
he does not want Mariota.
They don't want Mariota.
Come on, Chip.
Which just so happened to be right the day after Mariota worked out for the Titans. So I'm starting to think that Chip doesn't believe that if they move anywhere outside of the top 6 or 7 teams that they're going to get Mariota.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to move into the top 5, they're going to have to give all of it up.
A whole bunch.
They're going to have to give it all up. So
the joke of the day. He said he was offered the first round pick yesterday for Sam Bradford. I had to laugh.
Wow.
Sam
Bradford and Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, man. We had a couple retired.
That's tough for Philly. So, yeah, man, I guess we can
a lot of players retired. Your boy Patrick Willis.
Man.
8-time Pro Bowler.
Willis.
7-time Big
Willis. How you just gonna roll on us like that, big homie? Come on. We was ready.
I just picked up Torrey Smith.
Man. But you
got Darnell Dockett.
But you know what? We're going to be all right. Because we got Chris Borland. And Chris Borland played pretty well while Willis was out. So,
especially against the Giants.
He balled out against the Giants. He balled out. But we getting Navarro back, so I think we'll be okay.
Getting Navarro back.
But, man.
Jason Worlds,
man, 27.
He wants to become a Jehovah's Witness.
Young dudes, man.
Yeah. Jake Lockyer, 26.
Jake Lockyer.
So
3 years in the league, man. Retired. Oh, Cortland Finnegan.
Yeah.
It's hanging up.
Cortland wasn't the same since Andre beat his ass. Andre Johnson whooped his ass.
And did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
Say Andre hits like a bitch. Bitch. B-I-S-H.
Yeah. I mean, Andre just got paid.
Cortland said it.
Andre just got paid, so Andre Johnson's good. MJD gone.
MJD hanging it up.
But there's been so much going on in free agency.
Free agency started yesterday, and boy, has the NFL been busy. A lot of moves.
Yeah.
A lot of moves.
And yesterday,
I guess.
Yeah, on March 10th.
I guess we can start with old Adamik and Sue. I mean, we got to talk about the
$60 million
the biggest
guarantee.
Contract that's on the table right now.
$60 million guarantee.
$60 million guarantee.
And he ranks first in sacks, first in QB hits, first in tackles for losses since he's been in the league.
He ranks first.
He's the defensive tackle.
He's the #1 defensive lineman in football. So,
you got your boy Frank.
Frank the Tank. So we had a little reunion of you know it.
They got rid of Reggie and brought 2 university members in.
They did, man. So they 2 younger members. How about that?
Yeah.
So Frank Gore and Mr. Andre Johnson go to Indy along with Trent Cole. That's a nice move. They need some help. They need a lot of help on defense.
Yeah, a lot of help.
They need a lot of
but
help.
They do get Mathis back.
They do get Mathis back, but he's older too, though.
Yeah.
He's older too, though. So you know how that goes. But like you said, Darnell Dockett and Torrey Smith, been San Fran. We re-signed Blaine Gabbert to a 2-year deal. What was that about?
You know what that about? Come on.
Blaine Gabbert? Come on, man. I'm about tired of Blaine Gabbert. And I'm gonna tell y'all people talking about Cap too. That's why he gonna get traded. Cap ain't going nowhere.
They want to trade Cap so bad.
What's wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all? Cap ain't going nowhere. Now, only thing is every quarterback is on a short leash. So, if he plays poorly for the next year or next 2 years, yeah, of course, he need to go. But, he ain't going nowhere right now. There's no point. Now he got Torrey Smith on the ball, too. So, we should be all right. We sound like the San Francisco Ravens.
I see that.
A little bit.
Just
a little bit.
Jimmy Graham.
Oh, man.
Jimmy hats.
So PB and J.
Drew, we feel your pain.
Peanut Butter Jimmy time is now a Seattle Seahawk.
Wow.
So this dude is in our division now.
Wow.
Jimmy Graham is a Seahawk.
Amazing.
So Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and Jimmy Graham. That
play action
scary.
is mean.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. But it is what it is, man. They still got lined up. Jimmy hasn't been healthy in about 2 years.
Yeah, Jimmy on the 1 yard line. Jimmy had 7 touchdowns.
Inside of the red zone, he's one of the best targets in the game. So and they get it to the red zone a lot. So yeah, man. Russ to Jimmy, we're gonna be hearing that a whole lot as long as Jimmy stays healthy.
Yeah, there's been a lot. just gonna go off some names. I'm not gonna really get into.
Yeah, man. Shady
went to Buffalo.
Shady to Buffalo.
Fitzpatrick to the Jets. Ryan Fitzpatrick, good move. Brian Hoyer to the Texans.
Cromartie went back to the Jets too.
Cromartie back, and Revis got 39 million
guaranteed. You get that jewelry. See, last year I think all he could get guaranteed was about 20, somewhere around 2021.
You get that
won
ring.
That Super Bowl. Got about 15 mil just because he got that ring.
This act Shane Vereen. He's with the Giants.
Shane goes to the Giants.
And Brandon Marshall went to the Jets.
Brandon Marshall is a Jet.
Yeah, Marshall the Jets.
Aloy Nada.
To the Lions.
Long time Raven.
To the Giants.
Stalwart of the Raven defense for years. Is now a Lion.
Yeah.
Man.
You got to
That's a big
one.
That's a big one.
Jerry Maclin in Kansas City.
What about Sam Bradford for Nick Foles?
Yeah, like I mentioned, stupid.
I mean, you know, when you see it, it's like, what? Man, I don't know.
Randall Cobb resigned.
So, Randall Cobb.
And Mark Ingram.
Did you hear what Randall Cobb said?
Resigned, no.
Randall Cobb said he wanted to play for a contender, and that was pretty much the best place he could eat.
I don't blame him.
You got Mr. Rogers.
His boy A.J. Hawk went to Cincinnati.
A.J. went to Cincy. Max Unger was in the trade for Jimmy. So Max Unger
Julius is no more Orange Julius.
Goes to New Orleans.
It's toy course.
Orange Julius.
Got paid.
Orange Julius.
You go from getting thrown Peyton Manning throwing you the ball to Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles is throwing Julius Thomas. Who would think that you would be saying Blake Bortles?
I thought he was definitely resigning.
Blake Bortles or Julius Thomas?
You thought he would resign.
Blake Bortles or Julius Thomas? That don't even sound right. But I
guess there's no more Mercedes Lewis.
Huh. I mean, but he's still on the team right now.
They're about to release him. They're about to cut him.
I mean, you sign OJ. I mean, I don't really know why you need Mercedes Lewis unless you plan on running the 2 tight ends.
Yeah, Bentley. You got to get rid of the Mercedes.
What he said. So, we'll see what happens with Mercedes Lewis. Mike Iupati, he goes to Cardinals. We did a swap. They gave us Donnell. We gave them.
Isn't that funny how that works?
It is, man.
Like Corey Williams went to Seattle.
He did.
Brian Maxwell, like I mentioned earlier, went to guys. I want to mention something about Brian Maxwell. I said this on Twitter earlier this week. Brian Maxwell is not that good, folks. Me personally, it's like I made the analogy. It's like Ron Harper when he played with Michael Jordan with Scottie Pippen. Ron Harper looked pretty well, decent player. Brian Maxwell played with Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. When you expose them, but we thank you guys because I'm a Giant fan, and Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz, they're gonna enjoy torching you next year. So that's all I really gotta say about it. We had Brian Arakpo too. He made a visit to Tennessee.
Sakpo might be heading out of Washington. That'll be huge. But he's been hurt, man. It's pending the physical. Normally when they do the physical, I don't know. He might wake up in the morning. Sakpo might be gone.
We'll see.
But it's still a lot of dudes
names.
though. Still a lot of dudes.
A lot of names.
I found them.
Brandon Browner.
Owen Davis.
Oh yeah, Owen Daniels.
The Denver. That's
big fantasy. Big fantasy implication.
They re-signed Virgil Green too.
Big fear. You remember that? I started Virgil Green that one game.
Well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Ryan Matthews, though. What you think about Ryan Matthews, the Philly?
Yeah. Glass always breaks. When hit hard.
Ooh.
Spiller's still out there. Percy's out there.
A lot of guys out
Crabtree.
Justin Forsett. Got Gresham. Jordan Cameron. Greg Hardy.
A lot of big names.
Nick Fairley.
Jermaine.
Wolford. B.J. Rogers. John Abraham. Lance Briggs. Takeo Spikes.
Yeah, Charles Clay. Not Takeo, that's Brandon Spikes.
Brandon Spikes, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Same difference. Are they brothers?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Tramon Williams is also a free agent.
Yeah, he's out there. So
it's a lot out there. Brandon Browner is still out there.
It's a lot of players out
Charles
there.
Clay, but I think they said Charles might be re-signing with the Dolphins. So he probably I don't know if he's still on the
So far, who's your winner of the fantasy? I'm thinking about fantasy football right now.
Almost that time.
I'm
You should be thinking about fantasy right now. All these moves that I made today, I see some names on here that I might need to pick up.
I think the Colts have made the best move. The Colts have made the best move.
Right now, man.
And the Eagles.
The Colts are winning. The Jets are winning. I like the moves the Jets made. I like Jeremy Maclin to Kansas City.
Me too.
I like that.
They released Dwayne Bowe.
Alex Smith to Maclin. I like that. That actually sounds pretty good. I tell you who lost.
The Eagles. You guys lost too. 49ers lost so far.
I don't think so. I mean, we lost. We lost Willis, but I mean, a coaches are replaceable. Once you get a person to come in and change your culture, because that's really what it was. It's the same thing. When Bill Walsh came in and changed the culture, George Seifert came in and did what? Won Super Bowls. Right? So it's
we lost Patrick Willis.
We lost Willis.
We lost the offensive tackle.
We lost Upati.
Upati came in the same draft with Anthony Davis, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. But it's all good though. Because we got Darnell Dockett. Yeah. And we added Torrey. We re-signed Alden. So we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right. We talking about team, man. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, we play y'all next year?
Nah, we don't play.
We don't play y'all next year? Not next year?
No.
We played y'all last year.
Yeah, y'all beat us last year.
I know.
We weren't good last year.
Y'all were.
We weren't.
Odell was.
Odell was. That was great.
Eli was good last year.
Yeah. He was decent.
Yeah, man. So, man, it's still a lot that could happen. Like we told y'all, DeMarco is flying to Philly, so DeMarco might be an Eagle after tomorrow. But he's still open, though. Jerry Jones claims he wants him back. Man, what's going to happen with All Day?
DeMarco's we'll see. I think All Day will end up it all depends on what DeMarco do. So
I'm interested to see what happens with Adrian, man. Because I think his piece is a huge piece as far as what happens with a back like DeMarco Murray. Because DeMarco's not going to want to go nowhere where he's going to have to be a number 2 guy or have to share time. I mean, he's DeMarco Murray. He's an NFL leading rusher coming into the season. So he's not going to want to share time. I mean, I'm sure he's going to want to go somewhere,
But Ryan Matthews is not a threat.
Him and Ryan Matthews, I guess it's not really a bad 1-2 punch. I guess it's not a bad 1-2 punch.
For the third.
Sproles. I guess that's not bad. I mean, maybe Chip knows what
I'm starting to see teams having 3 backs now.
It's
the Colts, the Heron, Bradshaw.
Lou went to Oakland.
He did. So did Curtis Lofton.
Yeah.
So Oakland trying to make some noise.
They got them young pieces. They re-signed Martavis Murray. Release McFadden.
Oh, McFadden got released? Yeah, he's correct. You don't want to pick him up. So he had a good run.
That's the dream right there.
Yeah, I just thought we'd end the show off with this. Superstar. So, folks,
shout out to the homie Wiz, man. Big Sean.
I think that is
Currency.
Bringing it to a wrap.
Man.
Part 2. Volume 10.
Volume 10 is a wrap, man.
Yeah, folks,
we appreciate
you guys sticking with us.
Coming through. Kicking it with the homies. Get familiar. You know what it is.
Subscribe.
Follow.
And listen, folks. Again, we're coming back to you next week.
Part 2. Long as we don't get no snow. We will see y'all next week.
Spring is here.
Volume 11. Spring is here. The cars are shining. Man, it's beautiful. But we see y'all next week, man. We appreciate y'all, man. It's real talking sports. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
Signing off.
It's Tate. We out.